Hi, I'm Bryce Menchaca, performing a set for NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. It's the first song I wrote back in high school about my current self, looking back at my younger self, and I put it out in 2019, early beginning 2018. It's called Little Boy. It goes like this. Little boy, go run to your mama. Go show the world that what's new. And go tell the word of God before the devil puts his hands on you. And sigh in the corner, for she does not love you too. Get up, little boy, it's time to break the rules, yeah. Little boy, look in the mirror to see what you've become. Look around at the ground and see what you've done, oh, little boy. And I'm so sorry for putting poison in your blood. Your guitar and sing about love and dream about how far it is from you. And fall for a girl that could never give a damn about you. And go lie to your father and then repent where it's due. Yeah. Go to school and take 40 lashes just to refuse. Yeah, little boy, look in the mirror to see what you've become. And look around at the ground and see what you've done. Oh, little boy, I'm so sorry for putting poison in your blood. You've become. Look around at the ground and see what you've done, oh, little boy. And I'm so sorry, yeah, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, yeah. Oh, little boy, I'm so sorry, yeah. Poison in your blood. Alright, so this next song I wrote about 2 weeks ago, it's kind of introspective in a way. It's like, it's not about anyone or anything, it's kind of just about how I feel. It's called Beautifully Disappear. My phone down and you called me. I'm sorry I missed it. I was watching the lights change. I was thinking about how I wandered off in silence. Sometimes I need to clear my head of all the demons I let in. I guess you told me loud and clear beautifully disappear. And just this morning I heard about my uncle, how sad it is to lose somebody, and he was widowed already. I guess the time was already here. People beautifully disappear. A peace of mind was all I needed. And leave the lights off if you're leaving. And you were right about the basement. The lowest point is all I'm seeing. And you look like you're mad about something. I'm sorry if it was important. It's just my heart that's stolen. When I kissed you, your eyes were wide open. So I'll see myself right out of this city I'm in. I guess you told me loud and clear. Beautifully disappear. A peace of mind was all I needed. And leave the lights off if you're leaving. And you were right about the basement. The lowest point is all I'm seeing. The lowest point is all I'm seeing. The lowest point is all I'm seeing. Alright, so that song was called Beautifully Disappear. This next song's a cover by a great band from the 60s and 70s, Simon and Garfunkel. Alright, this is Mrs. Robinson. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. We'd like to know a little bit about your 4-5s. We'd like to help you learn to help yourself. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. Stroll around the grounds until you feel at home. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hide in a hiding place where no one ever goes. Put it in your pantry with your cupcakes. It's a little secret, just the Robinsons' affair. Most of all, you've got to hide it from the kids. Cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson, Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Sitting on a sofa on a Sunday afternoon, going to the candidates' debate. Laugh about it, shout about it when you've got to choose. Any way you look at it, you lose. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? Our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Ooh, what's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? Jolting Joe is left and gone away. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Alright, so this next song is one that I wrote for the album I put out in November. It's called Way Over Those Mountains. I wrote this song a little over a year ago. Actually, a lot over a year ago now. But it's about, I don't know, it's like a story. It's about, I mean, the story's pretty self-explanatory, so I'll just play the song. Way over those mountains, there's a girl who ran away, across the dreariness of thousands, and a cross for which to hang. Well, she promised me the world, but then again she didn't. Well, maybe you should love me, maybe you shouldn't. Well, meet me out on the porch in the morning. Last night it rained, it was pouring. So when the old man calls, I'll tell you what to say. And I know how much you hate it when someone tells you to pray. And I know it'll be hard for you to stay, but I'll love you, I'll love you anyway. And on this bed I lay, you go out day after day. We'll get lost in the Milky Way, get lost in the words you say. Well, she promised me the world, but then again she didn't. Well, maybe you should love me, maybe you shouldn't. Well, meet me out on the porch in the morning. Last night it rained, it was pouring. So when the old man calls, I'll tell you what to say. And I know how much you hate it when someone tells you to pray. And I know it'll be hard for you to stay, but I'll love you, I'll love you anyway. Cauterized on my flesh, Mary wishes me the best as I head west with no more smoke in my chest. This bird leaves his nest and I'll prove to the rest that I stayed. 'Cause way over those mountains a girl found her way. She drank from the fountain, there she'll lay. So when the moon is full and night follows day, I'll love you. I'll love you.
Y'all don't have to stop in between these two songs. Okay. They're pretty much tied together.
We're not stopping in between these two songs.
Yeah. I'm gonna play two songs on like one
This is rolling. That's rolling. Ableton is rolling.
Yeah, we got all three cameras rolling. We're good.
Alright, this is another cover by a really famous band that's called the Beatles. But this is a song off one of my favorite albums, Rubber Soul. It's called Norwegian Wood. It's track 2 on that album. Okay.
I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it good, Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on a rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. She told me she worked in the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone, this bird had flown. So I lit a fire, isn't it good, Norwegian wood. Oh, hello, Mr. Soul, I dropped by to pick up a reason for the thought that I caught that my head is the event of the season. Why in crowds just a trace of my face could seem so pleasing. I'll cop out to the change, but a stranger is putting the tease on. I was down on a frown when a messenger brought me a letter. I was raised by the phrase of a fan who said I upset her. Any girl in the world could have easily known me better. Is it strange I should change? I don't know. Why don't you ask her? So that was Norwegian Wood into Mr. Soul by Buffalo Springfield. Just in case y'all didn't know that song. Well, yeah, there you go. Alright, so this is, I got a couple more left. This is one of my little stripped back acoustic songs. Unreleased, but one day, hopefully.
It's called Just So I Could Tell You.
She comes back to me before I can fall asleep. She could have my heart, she's my one and only daydream. Do I give her all my dedication? She could have my child, she has that liberation, yeah. And she whispers in my dreams, she says, come on home, I left it all inside. And I know that I'm far away, but I still try to write you all these songs that I hope find you, all these feelings that I fight to. And on that day that I come home, oh, I'll be looking for you, telling stories about things that did them just so I could tell you. And I live up here, where the stars are calling, where the moon is bright above. And for you I'm still falling. And tell me you'll be around when I return. I just wanna see you, 'cause from here I just can't reach you. And tell me that I didn't miss the good times. I'm alone but I'm fine. Ain't this what I signed up to try? And I know that I'm far away, but I still try to write you all these songs that I hope find you, all these feelings that I fight to. And on that day that I come home, oh, I'll be looking for you, telling stories about things that did them just so I could tell you.
So this last song I want to play is one that I wrote for this band that I'm in called the Carbon Copy Hippies. We just put this album out called Summer Stalemate like last week, according to now, which is March 5th. So it's called I'll Count the Days. It goes like this.
How is it that I find myself driving by all the parks and places that we liked, and I bet they missed you too. An empty swing set the way we liked, and I'll come back in the middle of the night and think of you next to me. And the fire's still warm, but it's slowly burning out. And I never wanted war, but I never had a doubt that this would hurt for a long, long time. Tenderly growing all around me is a melody that captures thee and insists on bringing memories. And I shall not tell the thoughts that live inside of me, and how two worlds colliding, those eyes that smile, it speaks more words than a million books about the stars. And I'll count the days to you. She withdrew, she disappeared from all that hindered insincerity that I found deep within the sound of her voice. And I'll count the days to you. Tenderly growing all around me is a melody that captures thee and insists on bringing memories. And I shall not tell the the thoughts that live inside of me, and how two worlds colliding, those eyes that smile, it speaks more words than a million books about the stars. And I'll count the days to you.
Thank you. All right, so that's all I got. Thank you for tuning in, for watching. I'm Bryce, and thanks again. And then later in the set, I'm gonna have a song that's like my. So you know how like some songs can like reply to other songs. So you have someone write a song, and then other people will write a song in reply to that. I wrote a song in reply to Mrs. Robinson, but I'll play that at the end of the song. Or at the set. I was just gonna say that. All right, this is Mrs. Robinson. I totally forgot to play the song that's in response to Mrs. Robinson, so y'all are gonna have to cut that part out when I'm talking about that.